Okay, we're live. Welcome to another edition of Hoboken Talks. This one's a little unusual, I would say. Basically, you have me not hosting, but collaborating with collections manager Rand Hoppe, who is generally on the other side of the screen. So we're kind of winging it a little bit. Rand has done some planning. I'm winging it. But we are presenting a pretty unusual film that we have digitized. And when you come into the present exhibit, which is entitled The Hoboken Fires, 1978 to 1982.
Yeah.
Yep, here's Rand, sorry about that.
Right.
And there's that guy in the middle who we're trying to identify.
That's right.
We thought that it would be really interesting to examine this film in detail, which is in the exhibit. Eventually, we'll post it on YouTube, which I know people are going to say, how come it's not on YouTube? But it's a little come on for the exhibit.
Come on
meaning,
in.
we want you to come to the exhibit
Yeah.
and not only take in, shall we say, the fires investigation part of it, but also this film.
Right.
And do you want to introduce the film a little bit, or should I just keep going?
No,
or?
well, it was, no, you should just keep going.
Okay.
Because I think you've got, you've
sure.
got it. Yeah.
So this film was given to us by Michael Coleman. Michael is deceased. Michael was kind of a local hero in Hoboken, I would say. He worked for the city for many years and was considered responsible for introducing or getting the grant from the Model Cities program, which sort of, I won't say turned Hoboken around, but, there was major money invested into the city. And the Model Cities program was meant to sort of help support cities that were in stress in the 1960s.
It was a Great Society thing.
That's right. It came under Johnson.
Yeah.
And I believe Michael worked in the Johnson administration and then came to Hoboken and then was able to secure this grant.
War on Poverty, right?
That
They
is
called it
correct.
that, War on
Yeah,
Poverty.
sure.
Yeah.
So
Great Society, yeah.
I happen to know Michael because I rented an apartment from him in his house at 1204 Garden and would meet him over the years. And he said, he handed me a canister of film and said, this was used in the Model Cities grant application process, and it was filmed by Charles Pratt. But it's a little murky. My memory, his memory, we're not sure. So we have, how long is this film?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, silent film. Basically, Charles Pratt is credited with shooting it. Don't know if he did it on his own. I'm going to say there's someone driving a car.
There has to be somebody driving the car.
That's right. He did not, sometimes we drive around town filming with our cell phone.
Right.
Texting,
Right.
and it's really dangerous.
Yeah, no.
So this probably was like a big camera, a Bolex,
Right.
probably 16 millimeter,
Oh, yeah.
not 8 millimeter. And we're so happy to have this film.
It's a gem, yeah.
And I'll just, a few more comments about Charles Pratt that we know.
No, get that context.
Charles Pratt was the grandson of the founder of Pratt Institute. Charles was an acclaimed artist. He photographed nature, and he photographed, shall we say, New York City and the environs, and did a book called The Edge of the City, which does have Hoboken in it. Not sure how Charles and Michael connected. And then we thought, the application for Model Cities is probably 1967,
Right.
around there. And we think this film is actually earlier.
Yeah.
Doing a little cursory investigation, we found that the Charles Pratt archives were at the University of Arizona within the Creative School of Photography. I may have some of that titling wrong, but that's where the archive is. And they mention Charles Pratt included photographs in the Model Cities application for Hoboken. They don't mention a film.
Oh.
And it does seem a little quirky that a federal program in the 1960s would accept
Here's a
film.
film, yeah.
So, but, and then when we look at the film, we go, wow, this could be earlier.
Well,
Right?
yeah. That's
So,
right.
you want to add some comments here?
Just one more thing about Pratt, which people may appreciate, which wasn't his photographs were used in a book by Rachel Carson, right?
Yes.
So she's known for Silent Spring.
That's
so
right.
He
And
kind of got like environmental nature photography
Right.
became kind of his thing, not necessarily, but you look at his work and he's shooting everything.
Right, right.
But that was-
He did work on a film by Leo, that he collaborated with Leo Hurwitz, which I watched the other night.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's a little quirky, but he is credited there. And the name of the book, if I didn't mention it, was Edge of the City. And so
Oh,
he
right.
would
Yep.
photograph like the waterfront, or
Yeah.
sort of like nature and
Yeah.
city, which
Right.
is always interesting.
Yeah.
And that's what got him going in Hoboken. Unfortunately, he died very young, age 50.
Yeah.
He is deceased.
Yeah.
So I don't know too much about that, but this is an amazing film. If you're a Hobokenite, new or old, you're going to love the footage on this.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sure.
great.
So that's a build-up, right?
That's a build-up, yeah. So maybe we should just run it and
I think so, and then we can
we can
break
talk
it up a
over
little.
it. We'll
Yeah,
talk over it.
We'll try not to talk over each other, but we will.
what are you saying?
Yeah, no,
No, whatever.
I'm talking about myself
Oh, okay.
mainly. Don't take it personally. So here we go.
All right, so let's see. Let's.
We have 15 minutes of film.
Make the magic happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Add to stream. Do that and push the magic button.
Thank you, Rand.
All right. So, hello. Okay. Yeah. So nighttime shots of neon, Barbary Coast. Hoboken's filled with bars,
Right,
right?
sure.
That's the opening thing here.
I think if you look at documentation from this time period, they'll say there's 200 bars in Hoboken.
Right. That's
And I don't know, there may be 200 bars now. All those liquor licenses just get transferred.
Yeah.
But we saw the Hotel Edwards.
We did.
I think.
Yep.
Which is still there
Yep.
as a different establishment. And I would say that, this part of the film maybe is not as interesting.
No,
Because it's more abstract.
Right.
I'm enjoying it.
I love the bowling neon that was there. I'm a big fan of
That's
bowling,
right.
so.
That's right.
But this is going to change pretty soon.
Yeah, a few minutes.
Yep.
Few minutes.
I did do a shot-by-shot analysis, and there are 121
Shots. Cuts, right?
and slightly fewer shots, because he does return to some setups, like he'll...
Sure.
Which we'll see.
And we're not even sure if all these assembled shots are from the same time
Correct.
period.
That's right.
And
Okay, here we are. Oh,
Okay.
look, it's Sam Sloan.
okay, Sam Sloan was probably in a different
in a
position when
different
that was
location,
shot.
yeah.
And
And now we're on the top of the Howe Center, we believe,
right,
because we started looking at the city, then we looked south at the piers, and now we're looking west.
the House Center is still with us.
That's right.
And it helps us date this film
Correct.
because we think it's
61.
1961 or
Was
60.
the Howe Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So here's trucks leaving the ferry, here's some terminal stuff, buses, I tell you.
And there's the Hudson Tubes.
Hudson Tubes, no parking.
That's right here in the
This is
shipyard,
14th
14th Street,
Yep.
looking east to
Yep.
the Empire State Building.
Right. Yeah.
That mailbox is not there.
No, but the post office is.
That's right, further east.
This
Right.
one, this is some pier stuff that I'm not really aware of where that location was. Then we jump to Weehawken. We're approaching the Lincoln Tunnel.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, we're on Park heading.
You're right.
And then there's the
I
Helix.
got confused. I thought it was the state highway going up to Journal
No,
Square,
no,
but I think
this
you're
is the
right.
Helix, yeah.
It takes a village of
That's right.
observers.
Yeah.
And there. So again, up
Again,
at
the
Stevens
piers.
looking south.
And we have a Rambler. It's
That's
a
right.
62, I think.
Right. We've had several people look
Looking
at
at the
this
cars.
film
Yeah.
and trying to date it.
That's right.
And
So we're down at like Fourth and River, which you could those trees there are Stevens Park. Oh, okay. Now we're back. Now we're up on Mountain Road, I believe, at the Cliff
Yeah.
House.
Sure.
Looking, we're looking at the projects. Then we're looking east, right, and then we go, and there is
We're panning south.
Patterson Plank Road.
And
Plank
we
Patterson.
have Kokomolt sign and the Mighty Fine
Mighty
Building.
Fine Building,
Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
which obviously had the horrendous fire not
Yeah.
that long ago.
Yeah. So there's a lot of this.
There's the
train
Dugan
stuff.
truck. Yeah,
There's a lot of train track stuff. This where the light rail. This is where the light rail crosses
Right.
Patterson Avenue in Hoboken, Patterson Plank Road.
so one of the reasons we like this film is that the Charles Pratt and his group went all over town.
Yeah.
They did not just stay on the waterfront.
No.
They did not just look in one section.
Yeah.
They're moving around.
There I am moving around.
Wow, good train shot.
I know they're pretty close
Yeah,
to the train.
like
but-
man with a movie camera. Very dramatic.
That's right. I'm running out of this theater. That train's coming right at me.
That's right. That's the way it worked.
So yeah, cars stop. People waiting.
I like this guy holding onto the kid's head.
I saw the circus train back there once.
Wow.
I saw caged animals.
Sure.
That was a surprise. And some more of this stuff.
Right. So if anyone out there sees a car that they can really date, it will help us
Yeah.
date the film, but we think we're like 63,
We're at 63.
64.
Yeah.
We have not, I don't think we saw a 64 car.
Here's the Rotterdam.
Yeah.
This is the
Bill
the
Miller
Holland
helped
American.
us identify that.
That's right.
And Holland America leaves in 1963.
So that was the big thing.
Yeah, that was kind of got us thinking,
Yeah.
wow, this is not late 60s.
So this is the approach. This is the curve on Sinatra that goes around the Little League field. That would be
Right.
right on the right.
Sure.
Yeah.
We love the waving.
Love the way. Goodbye. Enjoy
Right.
your cruise. Okay, and here's River Street.
Right, you can see the old head houses in the background,
Correct. Yeah.
Pier A, B, and C.
Yep.
People always say, wouldn't it be great to bring the ocean liners back to Hoboken, not realizing it's like an 8-story building, and then they complain you're blocking my view.
That's right. So this is what River Street was looking like. It was getting kind of abandoned.
And this obviously looks bad.
Yeah.
But you have to realize this whole section was going to be raised
Mm-hmm.
to make way for what? Marine View and the
Marine
parking
View.
garages and all
Grogan
Plaza.
Grogan Plaza,
Sure.
which ended up being Marine View. And
Wow, I love the clothesline
Now,
shot.
It's a classic. You've taken that photo. Anita Heimbrook's taken that photo.
Right.
Ben Fernandez has taken that photo.
Yeah, so
all the
that-
same location, right?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think I really took that photo.
Observer.
But Observer Highway between Washington and Bloomfield looking north.
Yeah.
Kind of where Iron State is
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You couldn't you wouldn't have the clothesline, but you wouldn't have that view either.
Right.
So we're thinking a lot of these buildings were going to be raised. They're obviously in horrible condition.
Yeah.
Now we're in Washington Street.
This is
Yeah.
a blast.
Yeah.
This is great. The
So we're
street
looking
lights-
for cars past 63.
Correct.
You're not going to find it.
No. This is Newark by the Clambrough House. I don't know where this is.
Right.
It's Sorkin's, everyone.
Right. Which is what's there now? It's a Mexican
Qdoba.
restaurant. Qdoba. That's
Yeah.
right. Percy Anderson. Right.
Roxford. That's on the west side of Washington between First and Second.
Right.
Not
A&P.
sure which A&P that is.
Probably Uptown.
Probably, yeah. Here we are approaching 6th, going north.
I think that's right.
I don't know where these kids are. I don't know where this is.
There's some quick cuts.
There's
It's
some
hard.
quick cuts, yeah.
Of course, it's when cars had bumpers.
Yeah, and so here's a kid hitting something with a rock. And then there's another kid hitting something with a rock.
The kids are great in this
The kids,
film
yeah, we love the kids.
because they're just having fun.
They're out, and they're like, they see a guy with a movie camera.
Here's our star. Oh,
This is the star
This
here.
is hard
Look at
guy.
him. Hey!
He has a hard hat helmet.
He has
I guess
a
he was
helmet.
playing Army.
We have some people in the corner. Probably back in the town.
Yeah, we don't know where this scene is.
A lot of these
It's
locations
hard.
are really hard.
It is
to
hard.
figure out. This we figured out was Adams and 8th, I think.
You were better at this than me.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was the parking that confused me,
Right.
but then I was able to.
So we do have a few comments. Do you
Hey,
see? Let's
yeah.
share. Can we stop the film for a
Of
sec?
course, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's see.
Some of our loyal listeners.
Oh, Ellen, great,
love
great
it.
to see you. Yeah, it is
Ellen,
amazing, right?
yes.
We shipped the roll out and had it the reel out and had it digitized at a very very high res. So
Right.
this was part of the fun.
Sure.
And Mark
Mark loves the
clotheslines, of course.
clothesline.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And Valerie.
Valerie,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're actually, we kind of figured that these kids are like 7, 8, 9, 10.
Correct.
So they would be, this film is, over 60 years ago.
Right.
So we think these kids are anywhere from 65
Yeah.
to 72.
And
And
Ellen,
if anyone, maybe it's Ellen's brother, Eric. No, Eric's younger, I think. But kids were probably hitting caps.
Caps, of
You're
course.
right, Ellen.
Of
I
course,
didn't
I
even
forgot
think
about
of that. I
caps,
thought
yeah.
they were, I don't know what, making Indian arrowheads or something. Yeah, that's perfect. I can hear that. I can smell
I
the
know.
flint.
Yeah.
I can smell the sulfur from the caps. But if anyone thinks they're the kids, love seeing the kids playing around the neighborhood from our new trustee Irene, Corman Sobolov, that's great. And, if anyone thinks they know one of these kids who now might be 70 years old,
Yeah.
we want to know them. We
That's
want to
right.
connect
We
with
wanna
them.
connect with them, yeah.
Obviously, a free T-shirt. Who knows? We could, do a lot of things.
That's right.
So please out that person or out themselves.
Street Games Day, yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a
I
good
like
idea.
that. Yeah. We could do that. We can do that.
I call it Scully. Other people call it bottle caps, but that's just
Okay.
where I grew
Well,
up.
yeah, I mean,
It's a fun game.
yeah, definitely. Ellen was here, so we'll let her call it what she wants there.
That's right.
Or we have a contest on what do you call it. So that's pretty cool. I'm
right.
glad you're enjoying this, folks.
So we,
And we're
at the Safeway,
at the Safeway.
which is now the CVS across the street from the high school.
That's correct.
Okay.
So that's on Clinton Street.
Yep.
And there's kids walking around the Safeway,
Here we go.
right? They probably
Here we go. They're
skip-
climbing. They're
Yeah.
climbing walls.
Right. So we're looking east, probably to Willow.
Correct.
Because we're on Clinton
yeah.
Street.
Uh-oh. All right.
We stopped. And
Mark is a bottle cap champ.
oh,
All right.
prove it,
Okay,
Mark.
All right, man. Oops, sorry. Just lost my.
So we're getting lots of ideas, guys. Bottle cap, stick ball.
Look at these guys walking along
We
the wall.
love these guys.
Oh, and then these guys.
And very creative edit there. It's
Yeah.
a walking theme,
That's right.
precarious walking.
That's right.
That wall is still there as
It
you
is.
go down to
Yep.
River Road or Sinatra Drive,
Yep.
I should say.
And I'm back thinking this is Marciano Law here at Hudson and Hudson.
There's Frank. No,
No, just because I did look more strongly at that building.
Okay.
Anyhow, these kids again, they're playing with they're banging cabs,
They're waiting for mail.
waiting for mail, and then empty the Hoboken Civic
I
League.
love the cat. I never noticed the cat before.
Empty
Wow.
empty stuff. Kid playing.
Looks like Berlin,
Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah. Well, all right, and
Thank you, Charles, for making this film.
filled them with a coin and melted crowns. All right.
Jeez.
That's right. That's how it was.
Hot wax.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
So these kids, we have Seesaw.
My butt hurts watching
Oh,
this.
man, I know.
Do they put you up there and then they drop it? Oh, man.
So, this is Stevens Park by the Little League Field. Now we've jumped to Church Square Park.
So Demarest in the background?
Yep.
The original high school?
Yeah.
Or a high school?
Yeah,
So who knew there was a pool there?
yeah.
That's where
Kids played in
kids
any
played
empty
in
lot.
any empty lot.
That's
That is
right.
true. That's, yeah.
Yeah, it is really fun. Lise. Thank
Okay,
you, my
Lisa's
lovely
watching.
bride.
Lisa, I love the visual. Okay.
So these
That's-
are the Tootsie Roll flats.
I guess maybe.
You call them there? With
Yeah,
the-
I guess
right?
so. Yeah, okay, we'll
okay.
go for that.
Right.
So we're on
Willow.
Willow, I'm sorry, right by Tom Oliveri Park.
Oliveri Park.
And Dean Marchetto's office,
Uh-huh, that's right.
architect office, which
Yep.
was at this time the American Legion Hall.
Before that, a Norwegian Lutheran church or something? Mark, tell me which Lutheran church it was, please.
I think it is Norwegian.
Okay. So now we're back on Mountain Road.
Right? We're looking at
Looking
probably Andrew
east.
Jackson Housing Authority,
Yeah. And we're.
which are built
I don't have a
50s?
date, 50s.
Yeah, early 50s, I think,
Yeah.
mid to late.
It's the Records Building. Oh, it was the Norwegian one. Okay,
Okay,
Mark, thanks.
the Records Building is gone.
Look, it's where we are right now.
I think you were in that shot.
I was.
Bill Kern is cleaning a
I
window.
don't know I don't know this location.
Oh, it's
This
too
one
quick.
either.
We're going to have to break it down a
We'll go
little.
back.
Yeah.
All right, we're on the viaduct.
Yes.
And there are, yeah.
There's the Cube Box lot waiting for the mural.
Yeah, that's right, the Cube Smart. And then
yes.
the back,
Yeah.
Monroe, Jackson.
I just love this. They talk about the West Side being a dump site
Yep.
and sort of proof.
It was either River Road below Stevens or back here if you want to get rid of your
Oh,
car.
yeah. I think it's more west.
I know, because look at this.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like pre-Pino junkyard.
That's right.
Pre-Pino. So we're underneath the viaduct, right? Wow.
Yeah.
And maybe that was the Yardley building up on the
Yes,
hill,
yes.
probably? It's hard to tell. No, that would be it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they still do, Irene,
Right.
right? I still see
Irene,
student drivers
people
back
learn
there.
to drive back there.
Yeah.
Look dangerous to me.
Yeah. So we go under.
Under the viaduct, we're probably going south now, right?
Yep.
No litter.
No litter.
Yeah.
There's nothing right there. This one, yeah, I wasn't able to really nail that one down.
Right. It looks so different back there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But we've got propellers coming up.
Okay. Ferguson, I would imagine.
No Doric. You're right. The Doric is not there. That's
Okay.
Well, yeah.
No Doric.
Yeah. So this, and we'll come back to this. This is the pier right below the House Center,
Okay.
and this is up here somewhere. I guess, right?
Right.
Like-
Kind of looks like.
It's like it still looks up there. It still looks like that. So the reson why is this is going to go.
Okay.
And there's the House Center.
Yeah, we got a
and
nice
there's
barge there.
234,
Barge to
yeah.
the 34.
Yep.
House Center.
Up EAS building,
Right.
admin building, A building.
Correct, where the Des Moines Auditorium is.
Right.
Without the
Without the
steeple.
cupola, yeah,
Or
without the
cupola,
steeple,
right.
yeah. And
One
then
of the
there's
Stevens building. Anyone know the
Humphreys-
name of that building?
Humphreys.
Humphreys, boy, didn't know that one.
We're back on the top of the House Center.
Right.
Now we're below the House Center.
Nice edit.
Yeah.
Guy ran down and took the
This
shot.
looks like Washington Street to me, but it cuts. And
It
now we're
cuts.
on Hudson.
Double park cars, those were the days.
Yeah.
So we're
Oh,
on-
Ducky, you missed the beginning. We did the whole setup, man. We'll be talking about it again. But
These
this
will
is-
be the best you ever see, Ducky. Except some of your dad's
Some of your
films are
dad's
pretty
films.
cool,
That's
which
right.
we should do. And actually, Ducky, we've been wanting to reach out to you. We want to get either you or your mom
Yeah.
or your sister on this
Come
program.
on the show, please.
Yeah, we need you.
We need
you.
the Fontana fam.
But only one at a time.
That's right. So here's the Bethlehem Steel office.
That's right here.
Right here.
Yeah. That would be kind of where Starbucks is
Yeah.
now, I believe.
Yeah. And there's the
General Foods,
Maxwell
which
House office kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Davidson Lab.
Davidson
still there.
Laboratory.
Still
So
there.
we're heading south. Now we're
Now we're in propellers.
Propeller Land, Ferguson Propeller,
Yeah.
which was operating, I'd say late 80s.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah. There's the sign, Ferguson
Yep.
Propellers. And now the high school.
The brand new high school.
Yes.
And high school is, I think, built 1962, so kind of
Right.
sparkling new.
Right.
And actually looks pretty good now from the exterior.
yeah.
You know, has a dated look perhaps, but
Got that mid-century
hey,
thing
we got
going
it.
on. Yeah.
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 There's the
The
firehouse on the
firehouse.
corner.
Yeah. And I think this is the end. Yeah, it's the end.
Okay, we're getting there.
We're getting to
but
the end.
we want to just spend a little time, you know, we've seen this film, I don't know, 50 times probably.
Yeah, that's right.
And you just saw it once. Okay, who is this kid? We got it. Is it Ducky Fontana? No, Ducky's too young. Ducky, you got to know this
All
kid.
right, let's see. I have a few stills that I pulled.
And
I
if
can-
someone just came on, we figure this kid is like between 65 and 70, and he's got the same ears.
All right, so here's a kid
Oh.
without a tooth.
Okay.
And you can see the 16 millimeter film. I went to the
Oh, right.
highest res
Okay.
raw scan that we.
I love
we
that
had.
kid.
Yeah. And then we have these two.
Wow.
So,
These guys look a little younger.
Yeah.
So they're in the 62 to 65.
yeah.
And it looks like they have a ball. They have a
They have a
pickleball.
ball, they have a
It's
ball.
a pickleball.
Yeah, that's right.
Wiffle ball.
It is. Oh yeah.
Mark Singleton, no, pre-Ducky.
It's pre-Ducky. All right.
Yeah, okay.
This guy.
We
like
agree,
this
Mark,
one.
it is
Yeah.
pre-Ducky. I was
All
just
right.
trying to get Ducky to chime in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
What's he
have-
got in his hand?
Oh, I don't
That
know.
one guy. Can you go back?
I don't know.
Irene, do you know what he has?
I can't make it out.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Those old.
But maybe he's just making a
I
gesture.
think he's just making a gesture.
Okay, he's not
Yeah.
giving us the finger.
No.
No, he's just kind of high.
All right, there's our hero.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that helmet says MP on it.
Oh my God.
Does it?
All right.
You see an M upside
yeah.
down?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
We could find the location by getting the number off the telephone pole.
oh my God.
Right, Evan?
Right. Unless it's been replaced with a, high internet pole. that's
5G
30
pole.
feet high, 40 feet high.
All right. And then we have these guys. Yeah, it was hard to immediately locate that.
Right.
This kid, looking good.
But someone, I think these,
Yeah.
someone should be able to identify these kids.
I know.
Look at all the chrome in that car.
Oh, man. And we've got people standing on the corner.
Anyone know where this
Hispanic.
is?
Yeah.
I have not a clue.
No, I don't know. It's like a big shell garage. I
Yeah,
forget how
it's
tall
concrete
it is.
block, looks like it didn't get finished
Right,
almost.
Right.
Not sure.
And then this is so these guys here, we get a little close up of them next.
Okay.
So that's those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just on, they're on something
Sure.
going on in the trunk.
Yeah,
there's a dog.
we're
I don't
selling
know.
tires out of the
Yeah,
trunk, something. Okay, some swag thing.
These are the kids on the roof by the Safeway.
Right, and that's, we think Willow in the background.
Right.
It was funny, I was talking to someone, I'll remain
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nameless.
Oh, okay.
And they told this great story about Safeway. They
Oh.
claimed that they had to go out and buy dog food.
Yes.
And the local store was closed, the
Right.
supermarket. So they remembered they could go into Safeway and they had dog food, but it was closed. So this guy broke in and stole dog food. While he's there, I mean, it's a bizarre story. While he's there, someone else is stealing from the cash register and sets off the alarm, and they both run out together. And he's running with this
Running with a-
50-pound bag of dog food.
Oh, my
So
God.
I don't know if it's true. And
All right.
they'll remain
It's a
nameless.
story, yeah.
Maybe they'll become a guest on Hoboken Talks.
go, yeah.
And he knows that I honored his anonymity. or
Right
whatever
on, right
it's
on.
called.
Here's those kids hitting caps on the corner of Hudson and Hudson.
Right. See, I thought they were skating or something. I
But
can't.
they're just
yeah,
like
could be.
these
Oh.
are the two. These two are at Stevens Park. They just went down the slide.
Okay.
I believe they're the same ones who were walking away from the camera on the wall.
Oh, really?
I think there was
Okay.
like a moment with
You
the
saw the
photog-
shirt?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they
Wow.
I didn't get a shot of the people.
So this is Hudson?
9th and Hudson.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's amazing it's grainy and stuff, but
I had to adjust this one to
Right.
get it.
I
so we
feel
could
like
make
we're
it
the
happen.
FBI doing,
Yeah.
the Magruder film or something.
Zapruder, yeah.
Magruder, okay, sorry.
But I think that's the last. I think that's the last kid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the last kid.
So Mark says bottom of
That's the
Murder
bottom
Hill.
of Murder Hill. That's
And
right.
of course, can you explain Murder Hill, why it was called that?
Well, wasn't it the sledding?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when
Kids
it's
would start up at the top of Stevens,
Yeah.
then there'd be someone down at the bottom because
Watch
there
for
wasn't
the
that
cars.
much traffic. Billy Guide told me that
Oh, okay.
story.
All right.
I'm not sure if it's in the chapbook, but he
Right.
said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody,
And I
yeah.
think people still do it. But
it happens.
It happens. And you could probably end up on Bloomfield Street.
Close to it.
Right?
Yeah. So so those are the stills that I had grabbed out. And,
Yeah.
we can if you'd like to, we could definitely like.
You want to go one
somewhere?
more time,
No, I
but
don't
cut through the bar thing?
I don't want
No?
to.
Okay.
One more time.
Sure.
But, see if there was something else that might be of interest. I think the kids at Church Square Park in the water feature, the
Oh, right.
pool and
Sure.
the sprinklers.
So what are they seeing at home?
No,
Are they-
they're just seeing this right now.
Right.
I'm scrolling. Looking.
Okay.
All right. Let's.
Oh, I see.
Pause.
Yeah.
And then I will.
Ben Fernandez has a great image of the clothesline.
He
But
does.
they're not seeing that. Sorry, I
Hang
shouldn't
on.
refer
Let's,
to that.
I will make it.
Okay.
I will make this
Good.
happen.
Stand by.
Share screen,
Stand by. But
time screen.
again, we're dating this film about 1963, 64.
Right.
And it's like, it's a real time warp. Very exciting.
So there's those kids. There's our hero. There's
Okay.
those guys.
So 65
what?
to 70-year-olds.
It's not the same kid.
I didn't think it
Different shirt.
was, but I want to contradict you.
shirt.
Different shirts. Maybe they changed. Okay.
All right. So let's get to that water feature.
So where? Churchware Park? Or?
It's church. There.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's
So those
kind of, that building is still there. It's
It
the
is.
bathrooms.
Yeah.
You can do your recycling in the bins there and leave clothes.
the
And
textile recycling.
that's right.
Courtesy
But
of.
what is
of-
actually where the pool is? It's not quite the porpoises.
I think it is the
You think
porpoises.
I mean, it would make sense. They
Yeah.
just tied into the same
Yeah,
water things. But in my mind, the water thing is, I mean,
Yeah.
the porpoises are a little bit to the east.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Frank Hanavan would know.
Yeah.
He always paints the
All right.
porpoises, so.
So-
But I don't think he puts that in the background. So maybe a different angle.
It's a different angle.
I remember the frozen jeans on the pant stretchers fresh off the clothesline. Okay.
that's right.
Okay. Sorry, we don't have film footage of that,
Yep.
but
And I
that
re-
is a strong memory.
Irene.
All the parks had pools where the sprinklers are now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Irene. I don't remember that.
And I neglected to click on this one earlier. Mark was just talking about Murder Hill. You knew who your friends were.
Yeah,
Because they were
definitely.
like warning. You
Yeah,
know,
come
warning
on
about
down.
That's
Oh, my
right.
God, here comes a 63 Cadillac that's just going to take you out.
That's right.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there anything else? That was the one I really wanted to get to.
Okay.
I felt bad about not.
Sure.
Oh, here's that one shot. Come on. Where is it?
So again, let people know that this film is part of the exhibit.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Come on in. Watch
and,
this on YouTube. If you want.
Eventual. Oh, our
This.
program. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can come in the museum and really get a good rendition
That's
of
right.
it.
That's
But
right.
and then you don't have to listen to us.
True. Yeah, so this was I was unable to locate this. I couldn't.
Oh no, someone will get this. I
Yeah.
believe it's part of.
The trees are like making me think.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
Is it
right
part
over-
of K&E?
right here? It's
it
there's
says
a WAV, so it's Willow,
Willow.
I guess.
What else could it be? is like an anagram. We have to think of other streets. That makes sense.
Yeah, it says Willow.
But a lot of trees down here, it kind of looks parkish.
Willow. I'm just mystified. I don't recognize these
Right.
buildings.
The building could be down,
Yeah.
but chances are it's still there.
I know.
And Willow.
14th and Willow, Standard Brands.
It may not be Willow though. We're assuming it. Like it looks like the arrow is pointed the other way. Willow runs, shall we say, south.
Ducky.
Ducky, you got it? It's Clinton by the high school. Standard Brands, 14th and Willow. What about all those trees at the end? Would that be a park?
That's the trees are what's.
And then, okay, we're looking at Willow, but look at the street sign. The arrow is
That's
pointed the wrong way, unless it's turned around.
It's got the one way, the way the cars are pointing, and then
Right,
whatever the street is.
but Willow runs the other way.
Yeah,
So we don't think it's Willow.
don't know.
Okay,
So that was one that messed me up.
right.
And the no dork,
Right.
some of this stuff. We'll just keep this. This is just mysterious old industrial stuff.
But I think it's the waterfront. See the.
I thought so too, with
Yeah.
the train tracks.
Yeah,
right?
that would be like industrial stuff. You actually see it in
Union
the
Dry
film. No, it's before Union Dry Dock because they're not here yet. I don't think at that time.
But that location.
That's sort of that location, yes. And you actually see these buildings in the film on the waterfront.
so it is. It's that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can see the tracks from the Hoboken Shore Railroad.
What?
Yes, yes.
Did somebody say the Hoboken Shore Railroad? We had a date today.
We had some folks who came in today who were really jazzed about the Hoboken Shore
Yeah.
Railroad and had relatives who worked there.
Yeah.
And that was a fun visit. So,
right.
sorry, a little sidebar here.
Let's just jump around a little more. Yeah, I think that
Yeah, Hudson Street actually kind of looks the same, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Hoboken's nicest single-family unattached homes.
Yeah, I remember when they knocked that down and built that lot.
Right.
And then there's Maxwell House.
Maxwell House.
Yeah,
Okay, Ferguson. There's the church in the window
that's right. Across from the high school.
across from the high school.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, really,
Okay.
really fun.
Sure.
Fun movie. 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Watch it here. Come to the museum. Watch it. Talk to us. If
Yeah.
you
And
know,
again, looking for those kids.
looking for the kids.
Like if someone could bring in a photo of themselves at that age
That's
and
right.
sort of say, that's me,
That's
and
right.
we're going to be looking at the ears because faces change a lot. And see if they can, I love this kid.
yeah, he was so excited about
That is
those,
so Hoboken jazzed. I love it.
yeah,
I love it. I wish it was Ducky, but probably not. Probably not.
yeah.
The gentleman would be older.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
Right.
So we're going to segue into something else.
We are.
Right?
Yeah,
So we
I'm
spent
gonna have to
maybe
take-
half the program.
Yeah,
You need a little
I need a
transition.
I need a little transition
Okay.
moment here. I don't have a great background for this, so we're just going to stick with our hero.
Okay, that's
And-
fine.
Yeah, and then I will, let me just bring up our, yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah. Okay, so we had an exhibit, the Avenue.
Yeah, previous to our current fires exhibit, which the fires exhibit will be up until the end of the year.
Right.
We had a good run with the previous exhibit that was called The Avenue, A History of Washington Street.
Yep.
And that exhibit was up for over a year.
And it was.
And lo and behold, we've always wanted to properly digitize an exhibit. I've sort of dragged my feet on this over the years. I kind of say, you got to be here, you got to enjoy it, and once it's over, it's over.
Right.
But over time, I of what, 20 years of exhibits in this
Yeah.
space, realized that it's probably not the right attitude.
Yeah.
And technology has changed a lot.
Right.
So we would always document exhibits with still photos, but it wasn't like the experience. So then we did get a grant, and can we properly recognize our funder for this? Which is the, was it the Recovery Fund?
Recovery Fund, New Jersey
Yeah.
Arts Recovery Fund.
Yeah, which was an amazing organization,
Yep.
and they gave us money for this project. We never could have done it on our own.
Right.
Or not, or maybe we could have, but we
Not
were
this
able
way,
to
yeah.
engage a company called Media Combo.
Yep.
And staff worked with them for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and included, who worked on this? Melissa,
Mm-hmm.
Holly, you, me,
Yep.
Eileen. It went through a lot of people,
It did.
shall we say.
Yeah.
And this was the outcome. So
Right.
it's a little different, and you want to start to take us through it?
Sure. So if you go to theavenue.hobokenmuseum.org, which is, it actually is available on our homepage too. If you go to our website.
Yes.
There's a link for it, but it has its own nice little domain called theavenue.hobokenmuseum.org, and this is what you're presented with, and it has a little. I got to get the mouse in here.
Should mention McKevin Shaughnessy
Oh, yeah.
was a real principal in this
That's right.
too, because he photographed Hoboken, both the east and west side.
That's right.
Starting, I think, at Observer Highway,
Mm-hmm.
and with his little camera, just photographed and then stitched it all together. And as far as we know, it's never been done before. So that was a central part of the exhibit.
Right.
But then we were able to use it as sort of the container almost
Yeah.
of this digitization.
Right. So this is what you see, the homepage. It has a little welcome text, and there's a menu at the top, but we're going to click on the welcome button because that's where it's at. And we get our little walking man or
It's
human.
it's a human. We don't want to gender
I
size
want to
it.
gender assign
Yes.
the
We get
icon.
into all sorts of things.
That's right. So you have this walk the street. So you can walk the west side or you can walk the east side, or see the gallery. But we're going to walk the west side. And what that does is it brings us here, and we're looking at the west side. We're at Observer and Washington, and I'm just scrolling my mouse. And you can see that we're panning north on McKevin's panorama,
Yeah.
and the human down below is somewhat reflecting where we are.
Getting those steps in.
Yeah, getting the steps in. So, and then when you see that the buildings are in grayscale, but then it says here, click the highlighted buildings to learn more about the history associated with them. So this particular building here, you can click on it, and it has some photos, and it says Washington Street banks rose up, etc. Click, come on in, and you basically get a story about banks. And you can look at 84 Washington, or you can look at 1400 Washington. You can see that the walker has moved, and there's a whole illustrated story down below that you can read about banking on.
And it
the edge.
connects with different artifacts in our collection
Yep.
and different stories.
Right.
So it was I don't think I spent enough time on this,
Mm-hmm.
but so banks is kind of like a searchable term. So you not only get the location you're at,
Right.
but you get other banks.
Right. It's you know it's about some of the banks, and you know we basically picked those two as to be emblematic of the banks during
Sure.
the Gilded Age.
And
Here you can go to another story, either up and down the avenue, Or you can just go back to the street. Let's go back to the street.
Let's go back.
More fun to
Sure.
stroll.
So we're coming up on City Hall, is that right?
So we're gonna go back. So there's City Hall.
Again, highlighted, so that lets you
Yeah.
know, and it's in color, so we
Yeah,
know there's
so
some
what
depth there.
And it says, City Hall, come on in, but there are also more stories. So I'm going to click on that. All right, so there's parades and there's City Hall. So let's look at the parade story.
And I should mention, we're coming up on our Memorial Day Parade, which
That's right.
starts at City Hall.
Yeah.
And we'd love you to join us,
Join
reach
us.
out.
That's right.
The date is not hitting me up here. It's in May, it's probably like the
It's a
25th.
Wednesday.
It's going to be before the Memorial Day weekend on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Kickoff, we meet in front of City Hall at 6:15, and John P. Carey sets us on the march at 6:30, and we'd carry a museum banner. We'd love to have you. So a little plug for that.
Yeah, it's the
On the
24th.
24th, excuse
So
me.
here's a story about parades that includes City Hall. One of my favorite photos from the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Oh, okay.
It's included, but
Right.
City Hall all decked
It's a
out.
great shot of City Hall.
Yeah. And with some cheerleaders.
Wow, that's
you know,
what's that? Yeah, that parade, that's when President Wilson came to Hoboken. So we really tried to pack a lot into this.
Yep. And I don't know whether I checked the right button here, but if you look at the bottom of the screen, we do
Oh,
have
right.
some audio.
Right.
So that I'm going to click on it. No, these aren't the best, but I'll click on it anyhow. It's not going to happen.
It's hard to
No.
translate
So-
onto here.
Yeah, there's audio, so there's
Right.
an audio aspect
Yeah,
to the
and,
website as well.
people, this is kind of our explanation kickoff on this. It's
Yeah.
been on the website, but a little quiet.
Yeah.
And so we want really people to know and spend time on this.
Right.
We did spend a lot of funds on it with Media Combo and that grant. And, interviewing people specifically for this. Who do we talk to? We have Joe Sevo, Barbara Ruthman, John Paul Picard is on there as an audio file.
That's
So we have a lot of personalities on here.
I'm
Well,
zooming
slow
because-
down, you're driving faster than 20 miles an hour.
I know. I want to. I want to get to.
I'm getting dizzy.
I want to get. One more. Sorry, folks.
I didn't know the
I'm
mouse
lazy.
could go this fast. Okay, now we're on the east side of
Looking
the
at the
street.
east side of the street.
And you picked Shonings
I did.
as, but it also known as Carlos.
Yep.
And so there you probably have a lot of stuff there too.
Yeah. So that. Again, we have the soldier parade in front of that.
In the background
bakery.
is the bakery. I think it's Wardelman's,
Wardelman's,
right?
Wardelman's, yeah.
Wardelman's. So
Yeah.
before Carlos, it was a bakery and it was German.
Yeah.
And then Shonings. The Shoning pictures are beautiful.
Yeah.
In some ways, this is better than the exhibit.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it. Once you get into navigating and zooming in and all that, it actually has more depth than the exhibit.
And then there's there are some more audio. I think
Right.
Barbara Ruthman and
Sure.
maybe me or you. or
And,
something.
bakeries are something people grew up with.
Yeah.
And, someone who grew up with Shonings will talk about the crumb cake like they're tasting it as they talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think young kids are going to be talking about Carlos the same
They
way.
are, but I still need a good pecan ring.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm going to do about my
Sure.
pecan ring
Yes,
needs.
right.
So I ended up back at the home page, just because we did have some other context that we were providing
Sure.
about the changing landscape of Washington Street, and that like one of my favorite things were these drawings by John Bornett.
Where are we?
It says Washington Street in Hoboken in the
I'm looking for-
1850s.
I'm looking for a stagecoach. Wow.
I know. It's amazing.
It's hard to think of Hoboken's,
Looking like
19th century
Yeah.
streetscape
Yeah.
being that laid back.
yeah, it really is. And And then we have changing populations, which is a nice examination and explanation of the people
Right.
of Hoboken.
And again, what a great way to use our collection. What a great way to use the oral histories.
Yeah.
And, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this for our current
I
exhibit.
don't know.
It took a lot of time.
Yeah.
But Washington Street, I guess you could say, will always be with us.
Yeah.
And that history is important.
Yep.
And we hope, 25, 50 years from now, another group will kind of add on to this with more recent history.
There's also an aspect of the site where you could just look at all the photos that we've included in the site.
Right.
So you can kind of
Wow.
click
So
around.
there's a timeline also.
There's a timeline
There's
here.
kind of a lot of layers on this thing.
Yeah.
We have a nice comment from a new listener, maybe. Is that a real name?
It's okay. The good thing about the exhibit, you can share memories and learn from other
Right.
visitors. That's right.
Thank you, Trele.
Yeah.
I like that visual. What's going on there?
Oh, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's,
So we always
some
say we
photos.
want, we're a historical museum. We love meeting people. We love engaging with them when they come to visit the museum. But once an exhibit is over, we're on to the next.
yeah.
If we ever have a larger space, we might have, separate galleries and keep exhibits up longer and rotate them, but we're not able to do it.
Yeah.
So this is the next best thing.
It's another favorite
Yeah,
print from a book published by the Episcopal Church of what the church at 7th and Washington looked like.
Right,
When it was
kinda-
in the fields.
in the fields. So in a sense, it's All Saints, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark wasn't here, but he would recognize it.
No, that's right.
Oh,
And then, is that an anthology now?
yeah,
Or-
yeah, it's the Oddfellows Hall at
Yeah.
the time, I believe.
Yeah. So it's just you can do some great wandering.
Peter Lee,
Yeah.
Blind Tom,
Yeah.
Washington Street in the blizzard.
The Blizzard of '88.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
a great shot.
Isn't it something?
I love that shot.
Yeah, yeah. This is the 600 block of Washington, so Benny
Yeah.
Tadino's would be like right around here. where
I
my
can,
house is.
yeah. I don't think there was a pizzeria there.
No, but it's a great place to wander around and
Sure,
and
Hetty
really
Green.
enjoy. Yeah, Hetty Green. Yeah.
So when you click on these images, does anything come up, or is this more like a collage?
Oh no,
I
it
can't
comes
remember.
up. Thanks, Ellen. Yeah, we
Okay.
really appreciate that.
Yeah,
So yeah, you can click on Hetty, and it says click again to expand,
makes it
and then
bigger.
it just kind of makes it bigger,
Okay,
and it gives you
got
a little
it.
bit of
Green, known as the Witch of Wall Street. Charles Fall, notable
Sorry.
architect.
Yeah.
Actually, we just got a reach out from the family of Charles
Oh, really?
Fall saying,
Wow.
hey, I'd love to talk about my great-great-grandfather.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So it's it's just a nice,
Can you blow one of these up?
absolutely, whichever one you'd like.
Yeah, this Tumblr group.
Tumblers.
Oh, yeah, I love this shot.
German acrobat.
Yeah.
Like,
Turn Vereen.
you don't go to the gym to do reps. You go to the gym and you tumble.
Yeah, and you need a lot of people.
And you need a lot of people.
It's like cheerleaders.
Yeah. My great grandfather did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. We do have a very extensive postcard collection we're able to use.
Yeah.
And this is, we also obviously have a collections database, which is individual images,
Yep.
but this is more curated
Yeah.
and thematic.
That's
So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And want to thank all the people involved in it. Yourself, McKevin, Holly, Melissa. It was a bit of a slog at times, but we did it. And of course, Media Combo was the company that worked with us. Wow, where's that?
That is basically where that, what is it? Barnabas Healthcare is now, where the Barnes and Noble used to be, down on Washington between Observer and Newark.
Okay,
So this bus has left the train station and is taking this passageway that might be where the parking lot is now
right,
to come out onto Washington.
sure,
And it's
sure.
electrified,
Yep, yep.
and it's going to West New York.
So it's not a trolley, it's an electric bus.
An electric bus.
Which you don't really see too many references to.
That's right.
And is that cutaway still through? You can't do that anymore, can
No,
you?
not really.
Right.
I mean, it's a parking lot.
Right, and then you had private homes there. There
Private
must have-
homes.
The bus is here, yeah.
Yeah, like.
And that was run by public service. You can see the little circle, the
Right.
symbol, which is a triangle. And they also ran the trolleys,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Public service.
Yeah, and these homes were to the south of the Fabian Theater.
Right, right,
So
right.
that's what's going on there.
So just to get my bearings, the Fabian would be to the left?
To the left.
Okay, yeah, and you will see these homes in other visuals,
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm a fan.
Can you blow up the Fabian there?
Yeah, sure.
One of my all-time favorite photographs, it's the Fabian Theater, which was Hoboken's premier theater. But here they are showing on the waterfront, I guess we're like 55
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And filmed in Hoboken.
Yep.
Filmed in Hoboken. And that doesn't blow up any bigger, does it?
No, that's
Okay,
as
it's
far
pretty
as it
good,
goes, yeah.
pretty good. And of course, everyone always loves the old cars.
Yeah.
Maybe just go back to the Schnackenberg's menu. I mean, look at this. This thing is crazy. Again, one of my favorite artifacts given to us by Joyce and Eugene Flynn when Schnackenberg's the second version,
Right.
unfortunately closed. We did receive quite a few donations.
Yeah.
And this is a menu from World War II time period.
Yeah.
And it gives the prices and how this thing survived. You can see the buglings got
amazing.
to the left.
Yeah.
It's in this frame that when you look at it, looks like it's going to fall apart.
Yep.
And here we have, the prices, for what do we got?
Liverwurst sandwich, 15 cents.
Yeah, liverwurst, 15 cents. And this thing was, I believe, was printed with rubber stamps. It's not official,
not
it's not,
handwritten.
it's not handwritten, but someone, inked each price, made sure it wasn't upside down.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what they called war prices, but
Yes.
issued by the rationing
Right,
board,
right.
so you wouldn't get price gouged.
Yeah.
Just like, let's say,
'Cause there was-
regulations on gasoline.
Yeah, 'cause-
Although we are gouged for that. But anyway.
No, it's amazing. Yeah, so it's just really.
And, you can get into the Washington Street aspect, but you just learn how rich the museum's collection.
That's right.
And I'm going to say, for a local history museum, we must have one of the best collections in the state.
True.
I would have to think.
Yep.
And we're very proud of it. And we always let people know that we do have issues with our collection, that we're looking for more space.
Right.
And space in Hoboken is hard to get. So just putting out a general plea, you never know.
yeah.
A few years back, we did a similar thing,
Mm-hmm.
and Greg Delaquila really helped and gave us some space at the Hoboken Business Center,
Yeah.
which we cherish, and always looking for more space if anyone has ideas.
Yep.
Not temporary space, but
No,
long-term
long-term space.
on
Yeah.
there, because we're choking.
Yeah. So, well, let's go back to, there's also sort by category. So we have like political and financial institutions and civic and social religious organizations.
Pick one. and
pick
we'll-
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pick a
So-
card, any card.
Yeah. So we can go back and walk the street because I did breeze through it so quickly,
Right.
trying to find Carlos. But so that's our the Avenue website, which is
Sure. And just explain, they go on to the website,
Yeah.
HobokenMuseum.org. There's a lot of stuff on there.
There's a lot of stuff there.
So what does it do? You go to exhibits
Let's-
and
let's-
virtual exhibits, I think?
Let's go here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's show them.
So right here, we're going to go to the museum.
So that's the front page of the website
Yeah.
with a slider page, and that just dissolves.
That's right.
It mentions that we have a current upper gallery exhibit that ends Sunday. You should do
Somewhere.
it. Hoboken Talks, whatever that is,
geez.
family programs. But then we go to,
Let's see.
don't we scroll down for
I'm
exhibits
gonna
or
just
not?
do one more here. We have this.
Probably a few
So
ways
the-
to get it.
The last slider. So
Oh, okay.
over here, the last slider, here it says, missed it in our main gallery, visit our virtual exhibit.
Okay.
We can also.
But they can also do it
Go
through
here.
here, which is probably
This
more
menu.
practical in a way.
Yeah.
And there's the avenue.
then
And there
it
you
just takes
go.
you right there.
Bang.
That's it.
So spread the word.
Yeah.
Washington Street. You're not going to get every building or address,
Nope.
but you get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say we're kind of kicking ass with
Yeah,
this thing.
that's right.
Okay? I think the more one uses it, the more familiar it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And please share with other people on there. And thank you, thank you.
So that's what's going on there.
Okay,
on the
we're at
menu.
8:01. I think we should.
We did it.
We did it. We weren't quite sure how this was working. We said, oh, maybe we'll do the whole program on
the movie,
Charles
yeah,
Fratt
yeah,
film,
yeah.
but you said, no, let's do,
No, we can do
let's
this.
do both.
Yeah.
So I think we ended up pretty well.
All right, let's go back. So we're gonna go, we'll go here and we'll say, that's the show,
Okay.
right? And then as we traditionally do, we'll say, we got Elena Skye with Jack Silbert coming up. And stay tuned for more exciting Hoboken Talks shows
That's
after
right.
that.
We are broadcasting on Thursdays and.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Right.
Okay, so hopefully you get the digital newsletter, you can stay
That's
on
right.
top of that,
Yep.
which you can, if you're not on it,
Yeah.
you can just go onto the website and
Yeah.
sign up for it.
Yep.
And
We-
another good program,
We thank our friends at the Historical Commission for
every single day.
every day.
Every day.
Your tax dollars at work, folks. They help us in significant ways, these people. And the Council for the Humanities.
They're the funders of the exhibit,
the
the
fires
fires
exhibit.
exhibit, and they've given us other funding
Yep.
to upgrade some of our technology
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
And GOS support.
Right.
And look at these folks. You recognize those names? Those are movers and shakers
That's
with the
right.
museum that give it a high level. Anyone with an asterisk is a museum trustee.
Right.
And we always thank the trustees.
Yeah.
And we're actually doing Hudson Gives still happening
Hudson
today?
Gives is today.
We should, how do we plug that?
How do we plug? Go to Hudson Gives. Let's see. I should get a link and put the link in the chat.
Okay,
Give me a second.
Sure.
I'll do that.
Okay.
That would be worthwhile.
okay.
No, I'm not going to get it there.
In addition to Hudson Gives, we'll also be doing a mid-year appeal in the first and second week of June, and you'll be getting a mailing of the new Fiore's oral history with
Yeah.
John Amato Sr.
That's right.
And we need the bucks, and
Yeah.
you're gonna, we want to continue programming
Yeah.
on a high level, and any support you can give really does help out.
Sure does.
And you're going to bring up the Hudson Gives
I just
link?
shared it in the
Okay,
chat.
sorry, okay, great.
You know what?
great.
I'll make a banner out of it too.
Okay.
One moment, please.
Sure. I'll mention Iron State,
Yeah.
formerly Applied Companies
That's
with
right.
the Barry family, big supporters of the museum, with the space that we have, and we thank them every day also.
That's right.
Those are our biggies.
So if you go to Hudson Gives and look for the museum, we are listed there. And it's a way that, all of Hudson, not all, but many of the Hudson County nonprofits
Nonprofits.
are raising money today.
Right, definitely,
that's
and
it.
we're amongst them.
We are indeed.
Sure.
Yep. And so here's our exhibit that's
Right.
in the main gallery right now.
Sure,
Gonna-
so we have the opening date there, but should let you know it's open till December 23rd of
That's
this
right.
year. I
That's
just
right.
looked on the calendar.
Okay.
So,
Right, and we're sitting here right now amongst
right.
Patrick's
Beautiful
wonderful
watercolors
Yeah.
of the Shipyard Marina. That's up until Sunday. I
Yep.
think that's Mother's Day, right?
correct.
Sunday?
So
And,
if you're having Sunday
Brunch?
brunch or restaurants with mom, come on by to the check out Patrick's
Yep,
beautiful.
Patrick will probably be
He
here.
might even he'll
Yeah,
probably be
he's
here.
coming.
And then on the 21st, we have photographs by Anthony Ginelli, a show called Commute.
Yep, they're really interesting photographs. Anthony really just photographed people on the way to work.
Yep.
Very simple premise,
Yep.
and really captured some nice moments. And we did get a comment from,
Oh, thank you, Donna.
Donna.
You're welcome.
thank
It's
you.
our honor.
Yeah. Come in and visit the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
did you mention his artist talk, that it's going to be on?
Oh, I'm
like-
so sorry. Yeah. So we will be doing an interview with Anthony. What does that make it? The 19th?
The 19th,
The
yeah.
Friday?
Yeah.
We'll interview Anthony, whose his credentials are, lofty. He's
Yeah.
the head of the cinematography department, I guess.
Yep.
At NYU, and
Yep.
has worked on a lot of high production films.
Yeah.
But this is more of a personal project.
Yeah.
Which everyone says, oh, I'll do something kind of simple, but they usually don't follow through. So Anthony did it. Rand's printing up the images after we get through with this production.
That's right.
And Bill Curran is framing them up.
Yep.
So we'd love you to see Anthony's
Yeah.
photographs.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Yeah, like it. Someone we met new, too.
So we looking, please comment on our, as you have been here live, but even, after we're not live, we welcome your comments. I try my best to respond to your questions and your comments. On YouTube, I try to pay the most attention to the YouTube channel. You share our videos. We've got hours and hours of really great chats with people on Hoboken Talks. We have all kinds of other programs that have been available over the years here at the museum that you can watch. They're interesting, heartwarming, informative, and it's just a great YouTube channel filled
It is.
with stuff. And
is.
I will be filming live at the Memorial Day parade, so
Okay.
that'll be fun. So
Sure.
if you see me out there, I'm going to be interested in talking to people.
Oh, I
during
look
the
forward
Memorial
to
Day
that.
parade.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing. So subscribe to our channel, please, and take our notifications so that when we do schedule something or we put something up, then you'll know, and that would really help us a lot. But no pressure. Thank you so much, everybody. It was really, really great to do this. And Bob, that was great.
Thank you, Rand.
Yeah.
We worked in Hudson Gives and all these things,
did it
and,
all.
we just followed the script, right?
right, that's
Yeah,
right.
definitely, definitely. Thank you, people who tuned in and made comments, and see you in the museum.
That's right.
See you on the avenue.
That's right. Okay. Take care, everybody.
Bye now.